Hello there, my sleepy quest's fellows. Tonight, let us journey deep into the heart of Middle-earth, where the echoes of ancient halls whisper stories of the past. We will tread carefully beneath the Misty Mountains, into the forgotten depths of Moria, once known as Khazad-dûm, the grand kingdom of the dwarves. Let the weight of the day drift away as you prepare for a tale of courage and discovery. This journey will carry you gently into the quiet shadows of Moria, where mysteries lie waiting to be uncovered. Allow the soothing rhythm of my voice to guide you through these ancient halls, where every step is a story, and every story brings us closer to calm. Before we venture further into the quiet halls of Moria, let me extend a warm invitation to you. If this tale resonates with you, if the echoes of Middle-earth's history and the soothing rhythm of these stories bring you peace, consider joining our fellowship. By liking this video and subscribing to the channel, you'll ensure you never miss another journey through these enchanting lands. Now, settle in and let the shadows of Moria envelop you gently. Imagine the ancient carvings, the glow of mithril veins along the walls, and the distant hum of forgotten songs. Our path ahead leads us deeper into the mountain's heart, where secrets and wonders alike lie hidden. Let the soothing cadence of this journey guide you toward stillness, and prepare for the tale that unfolds. The forgotten relics of Moria wait to share their story with us. In a quiet corner of Middle-earth, nestled beneath the towering Misty Mountains, lies the ancient realm of Khazad-dûm, known to many as Moria. Once a proud Dwarven kingdom, its halls were filled with light, song, and the rhythmic hum of industry. The kingdom's glory faded long ago, yet the echoes of its past linger in its vast, empty halls. Our tale follows a curious soul named Roran, a young dwarf of Durin's line. Unlike others of his kin who thrived on the comforts of their mountain homes, Roran harbored a restless curiosity about the unknown. His braided beard bore streaks of silver despite his youth, a mark of his adventurous spirit. His piercing eyes glimmered like the mithril of his forebears, always searching for mysteries yet to be uncovered. Roran's days were spent in quiet study, poring over ancient maps and crumbling scrolls in the dim light of the library's hearth. His fascination centered on the forgotten vaults, an elusive section of Moria long lost to time and memory. Whispers of hidden chambers filled with artifacts from Numenor and beyond had ignited his imagination. The Shire and Rivendell were lands of beauty and peace, but for Roran, the true wonder lay within the depths of the mountain, its darkened corridors, the flicker of lanterns, and the untold secrets buried within. One day, As he traced his fingers over a weathered map, he noticed a peculiar marking. A narrow path leading to a section of Moria that even the bravest of dwarves had avoided for centuries. The marking was faint, almost as if erased intentionally, but his keen eyes caught its faint glow in the firelight. Roran's heart raced. What lay beyond that forgotten passage? The mere thought of it set his mind ablaze with possibility. He gathered his satchel, filled it with essentials, a small lantern, a pickaxe, and a journal, and set out to explore. The path led him deep into the mountain, where the comforting sounds of hammers and footsteps faded into silence. The air grew colder, the walls rougher, and the shadows seemed to shift as though they had lives of their own. With each step, Roran felt the weight of the mountain above and the mysteries of the vaults ahead. In the silence of those deep passages, with only the soft flicker of his lantern to guide him, Roran took his first steps into the forgotten heart of Moria, where light had not touched for an age. And so, our journey truly begins. Roran's journey into the forgotten corridors of Moria began with cautious excitement. The passages he ventured through were ancient and untraveled, the air heavy with stillness. The faint glow of his lantern cast dancing shadows on the stone walls, revealing intricate carvings that whispered of the past glory of Khazad-dûm. The deeper he traveled, the more the mountain seemed to close in around him. The rhythmic hum of the dwarvish work from the upper halls had faded, replaced by an eerie silence. Only the sound of his boots on the stone and the faint crackle of the lantern flame accompanied him. Yet the silence was far from empty. It carried an intangible weight, as though the mountain itself watched his every step. The passage narrowed and twisted, opening into a vast cavern that took his breath away. Roran paused at the threshold, his lantern revealing an expanse of shimmering veins of mithril embedded in the walls. The precious metal caught the light, casting an ethereal glow over the chamber. In the center stood a weathered statue of Durin the Deathless, his visage carved with reverence and precision. Time had not been kind to the statue. Cracks lined its surface, and moss had begun to creep over its base. As Roran approached the statue, his foot struck something metallic. He knelt and uncovered an intricately designed helm, its surface tarnished, but its craftsmanship unmistakably dwarven. He turned it over in his hands, marveling at its detail. It bore the insignia of a long-forgotten clan, a reminder of the workers who once thrived in these halls. His exploration continued deeper into the cavern, where he stumbled upon a peculiar sight. A wooden chest, its lid slightly ajar, nestled in the corner. Inside were fragments of parchment, worn thin with age, but still legible. The writings were cryptic, etched in the flowing script of Numenor, speaking of treasures hidden deep within the mountain and warnings of something restless that guarded them. The words filled Roran with a mix of awe and trepidation. He carefully placed the parchments in his satchel and turned back to the path ahead. The air grew colder, and a faint, rhythmic vibration underfoot began to pulse. It was almost imperceptible, but enough to unnerve him. With every step, the feeling of being watched grew stronger. The path eventually brought him to a narrow, crumbling staircase carved into the rock. It spiraled downward into darkness, the end hidden from sight. Roran hesitated, gripping the lantern tightly. The shadows seemed thicker here, almost tangible, but his curiosity and determination outweighed his fear. He descended, the stairs creaking faintly underfoot, as if groaning under the weight of centuries. At the bottom, he found himself in a dimly lit chamber. The air was thick and heavy, carrying the scent of damp earth and ancient stone. At the center of the room was a peculiar doorway framed by dwarven runes, glowing faintly blue. The runes appeared to shift and shimmer as though alive, pulsing with energy. The door was sealed tight, its surface adorned with intricate engravings of mountain peaks and flowing rivers, reminiscent of the Númenórean style. Roran approached cautiously, his heart pounding. He could feel the power emanating from the door, a mixture of warning and invitation. His fingers traced the runes, feeling the cool, smooth stone beneath them. The carvings told a story of a great vault, a hidden sanctuary of treasures and knowledge left behind by those who came before. But there was also a warning, a guardian of flame and shadow that rested beyond the door, an ancient force that had claimed these halls as its domain. As Roran stood before the sealed doorway, a deep thrum resonated through the chamber, vibrating through the stone and into his very bones. It was not a sound, but a presence, a reminder that the mountain was alive and aware of his intrusion. He stepped back, his lantern flickering slightly in the cool air. Though the mystery of the doorway remained unresolved, the pieces of the puzzle were coming together. The writings, the vibrations, the sealed chamber, it all hinted at something immense and ancient, a secret buried deep within the mountain. Roran knew his journey was far from over, and the answers he sought lay beyond that door. But for now, he chose caution over recklessness, retreating to gather his thoughts and prepare for the challenges ahead. As he ascended the crumbling staircase, his mind raced with possibilities. What lay within the forgotten vaults of Moria? And what price would he, Ambience, have to pay to uncover the truth? As Roran retraced his steps through the ancient halls of Moria, the weight of the mountain seemed heavier than ever. The whispers of his discoveries tugged at his thoughts, fragments of parchment, glowing runes, and the ominous warnings of a shadowed guardian. Each step deepened his sense of unease, yet his curiosity burned brighter. He returned to his modest chamber in the upper halls, a small alcove lit by the steady glow of a single lantern. parchment fragments lay before him on a wooden table, their delicate edges illuminated by the flickering light. He ran his fingers over the Númenórean script, its elegant curves weaving a tale of hidden treasures and ancient secrets. Among the writings, one phrase stood out, etched with greater precision. Where flame and shadow entwine, the heart of the mountain awakens. The words stirred a memory, faint but persistent, of a legend whispered by his elders. It spoke of a relic buried deep beneath the mountain, a shard of crystal imbued with the light of the 2 trees of Valinor. The relic, said to hold immense power, was believed lost to time, a treasure sought by many but found by none. Yet, as Roran pieced the fragments together, he realized this might not be a mere legend. The clues pointed to a chamber far beneath the halls of Khazad-dûm, a place untouched by time, but guarded by an ancient force. Determined to uncover the truth, Roran prepared for another journey into the depths. He packed provisions, a sturdy blade, and a small satchel to carry the relic should he find it. His lantern burned brighter than before, as if sharing in his resolve. With a deep breath, he descended once more into the labyrinthine tunnels, guided by the map etched in his mind. The air grew colder and heavier as he ventured deeper. The faint glow of mithril veins in the walls cast an eerie light, their shimmering patterns like rivers of starlight frozen in stone. The rhythmic vibrations beneath his feet returned, faint but undeniable, a reminder of the dormant power that lay ahead. At last, Roran entered a vast cavern unlike any he had seen before. The chamber was dominated by a towering pedestal carved from the mountain itself, its surface adorned with intricate patterns of stars and constellations. Atop the pedestal rested the relic, a crystal shard that pulsed with a soft, golden light. Its brilliance filled the cavern, casting long shadows that danced along the walls. The light was warm and inviting, yet it carried an undertone of immense power, as though the relic itself was alive. Roran approached the pedestal cautiously, his lantern held high. The shard's light grew brighter with each step, as if responding to his presence. When he stood before it, he was struck by its beauty, a fragment of perfection, radiating the essence of something far greater than he could comprehend. He reached out, his hand trembling, and his fingers brushed the smooth, cool surface of the crystal. In that instant, a vision overtook him. He was no longer in the cavern, but standing beneath the radiant glow of the 2 trees of Valinor. Their golden and silver light bathed the land in an otherworldly brilliance, a harmony of warmth and serenity. He saw the faces of elves and dwarves, united in purpose, working together to forge something extraordinary. The vision shifted to the shadow of a great flame, roaring through the mountain's depths, consuming all in its path. A voice, neither malevolent nor kind echoed in his mind. The light is both a gift and a burden. Guard it well, for it holds the balance of the mountain's heart. The vision faded as quickly as it came, leaving Roran breathless and trembling. He clutched the crystal shard tightly, its light now dimmed but steady. The warmth it radiated seeped into his skin, filling him with a sense of purpose and clarity. The relic was not just a treasure. It was a key, a piece of something far greater than himself. But his revelation was short-lived. A low, guttural growl echoed through the cavern, sending a shiver down his spine. The shadows along the walls began to shift and swirl, coalescing into a massive form that loomed in the distance. It was the Guardian, a creature of flame and shadow, its fiery eyes burning with ancient rage. The ground trembled beneath Roran's feet as the creature advanced, its presence filling the cavern with oppressive heat. Roran's instincts screamed at him to flee, but he stood his ground, the crystal shard clutched tightly in his hand. The relic's light flared, pushing back the encroaching darkness and holding the Guardian at bay. The creature hesitated, its flames flickering uncertainly, as though the shard's power was a force it could not fully withstand. Summoning every ounce of courage, Roran raised the shard high. Its light intensified, filling the cavern with a radiant glow that banished the shadows and quelled the flames. The Guardian roared in defiance but retreated, its form dissipating into the darkness from which it came. The cavern fell silent once more, the air thick with the weight of what had transpired. Roran's heart raced as he stood there, the shard's light slowly dimming to a soft, steady glow. He knew the relic was his to protect, but its power came with a price. As Roran made his way back to the upper halls, the relic's warmth provided a comforting reminder of his purpose. He had uncovered the heart of the mystery, but his journey was far from over. The relic held answers yet to be revealed, and the echoes of the Guardian's roar lingered in his mind, a testament to the balance he had disrupted. Roran's steps were heavy, but his resolve was unshaken. He was no longer just a wanderer in the mountain's depths. He was its keeper, bound to the light and shadow that defined its heart. The relic's warm glow accompanied Roran as he climbed through the upper halls of Moria. The air, still heavy with the echoes of his encounter in the depths, seemed to carry whispers of ancient tales. Yet the shard's soft radiance offered him comfort, a reminder that the light could endure even amidst the shadows. He knew his journey was far from over, and the relic held secrets that required the wisdom of those beyond the Dwarven halls. Roran's thoughts turned to the elves, keepers of lore and wisdom unmatched in Middle-earth. He remembered a legend of Elenriel, an elf of Rivendell who was said to know the stories of the mountains as if they were her own memories. If anyone could guide him in understanding the relic, it would be her. With determination set in his heart, Roran began his trek toward the eastern gates of Moria. The path toward Rivendell was long and perilous, winding through the Misty Mountains' towering peaks. The snow-capped ridges glistened under the moonlight, their quiet majesty a stark contrast to the fiery depth of Moria. On the third night of his journey, as he rested beneath a canopy of stars, Roran heard the faint sound of music, soft, lilting notes carried on the wind. Rising cautiously, he followed the melody until he reached a glade illuminated by the silvery glow of starlight. There, standing in the center, was an elf. Her silver hair shimmered like moonlight, and her eyes reflected the deep wisdom of ages past. This was Elenriel, her presence as serene as the music she played on a delicate harp. Roran approached her respectfully, clutching the relic close to his chest. Elenriel paused her song, her gaze meeting his. "You carry the light of the mountains," she said, her voice soft and melodic. "It is rare for such a relic to find its way into mortal hands." With humility, Roran explained his journey, the discovery of the shard, the vision of the two trees, and the guardian's shadow. Elenriel listened intently, her expression thoughtful. "The relic you hold is a fragment of something far greater," she said. "It carries the memory of Arda's first light, a power meant to preserve balance. But such light always draws shadow, and you must tread carefully." Elenriel agreed to guide Roran to Rivendell, her knowledge of the mountains ensuring a safe passage through the treacherous terrain. The journey was marked by moments of quiet reflection and stories shared by the elf. She spoke of the First Age, of battles fought against the forces of darkness, and of the fragile harmony that bound Middle-earth together. When they arrived in Rivendell, the valley seemed to welcome them with open arms. Cascading waterfalls sparkled in the sunlight, and the air was filled with the gentle hum of elven songs. The halls of Rivendell were as grand as the legends described. Arched windows framed views of lush gardens, and golden lanterns cast a warm glow over intricately carved walls. Elrond, the wise lord of Rivendell, received them with grace. Though he was reserved, his gaze held kindness as he listened to Roran's tale. "The relic you carry is no ordinary artifact," Elrond said. "It is a fragment of Valinor's light, bound to the very fabric of Arda. It has the power to heal and protect, but it also holds the weight of responsibility. You must understand its purpose before deciding its fate." In the Hall of Lore, Elrond and Elenriel shared the story of the two trees of Valinor. Laurelin, the golden tree, and Telprion, the silver tree, were the source of Arda's light in the earliest days. Their radiance nurtured the world, and their essence was preserved in relics forged by the Valar. One such relic, they explained, was shattered during the wars of the First Age, and its fragments were scattered across Middle-earth. As they spoke, Roran felt the weight of his discovery deepen. The shard was not merely a treasure, it was a symbol of hope, a light that could counterbalance the growing darkness in the world. But with such power came the threat of those who would seek to exploit it. Guided by Elenriel, Roran embarked on a journey to the Forest of Secrets, a place where the elves believed another fragment of the relic might rest. The forest was alive with magic. The trees seemed to whisper ancient songs, and glowing flora lit the path like stars fallen to earth. The air was filled with the faint hum of energy, as though the forest itself was aware of their presence. As they ventured deeper, they came upon a tranquil clearing where a crystal-clear pool reflected the sky. Elenriel knelt by the water, her hand brushing its surface. "This place is sacred," she said. "The relic's light resonates here, but it is hidden well." Roran felt the shard in his satchel grow warmer, its glow faintly illuminating the pool. Slowly, an image began to form beneath the water. A second shard nestled among smooth stones. With Elenriel's guidance, Roran retrieved the fragment, its light joining with the first shard in a soft, harmonious glow. As they rested by the pool that night, Elenriel shared a final tale, a story of unity and sacrifice. She spoke of the First Age, when dwarves and elves stood side by side against the darkness, forging bonds that transcended their differences. The relics, she explained, were a testament to that unity, their light a reminder of what could be achieved through understanding and cooperation. Roran listened intently, the shards resting in his hands. Their glow seemed to pulse in time with his heartbeat, as if responding to his thoughts. He understood now that the relics were not meant to be wielded as weapons or hoarded as treasures. They were guardians of balance, a light to guide those who walked the path of wisdom and peace. As dawn broke over the forest, Roran felt a renewed sense of purpose. With Elenriel's guidance and the wisdom of Rivendell, he was ready to face whatever lay ahead. The relics were his responsibility now, and he vowed to protect their light, not for himself, but for the world they were meant to illuminate. The relic's shards rested in Roran's satchel, their faint glow a comforting presence as he prepared for the final leg of his journey. The path ahead was shadowed by uncertainty, but Roran knew there was no turning back. The forgotten vaults of Moria called to him, and within them lay the final piece of the relic and the answers to the mystery that had guided him across Middle-earth. Elenriel, ever calm and steadfast, walked beside him as they entered the deep tunnels beneath the Misty Mountains. The air grew colder, and the dim glow of the relic illuminated the ancient carvings on the stone walls, remnants of a time long past. As they moved deeper, the sense of history within the mountain grew stronger. each step resonating with the echoes of those who had come before. The forgotten vaults revealed themselves slowly, their towering columns and intricate runes shrouded in an eerie stillness. A faint hum filled the air, emanating from the relic sage shards, their glow intensifying as if guiding Roran toward the heart of the chamber. In the center stood an ornate pedestal, its surface etched with flowing elven script, and upon it rested the final shard. Its light was dim, but it pulsed steadily, as if waiting for its kin. Roran approached with reverence, the weight of his journey evident in his every step, and as he placed the shards on the pedestal, their light converged, forming a single, radiant glow that filled the vault. The runes on the walls responded, their patterns weaving together to create a vision of the two trees of Valinor. Golden and silver lights danced in perfect harmony, casting the chamber in a warm, otherworldly glow. The awe of the moment was interrupted by a deep rumble that reverberated through the vault. Shadows stretched and shifted, coalescing into a figure wreathed in smoke and fire. It was a guardian, bound to protect the relic's power from those unworthy of its light. Its presence was both menacing and majestic, a testament to the ancient forces that shaped Middle-earth. Elenriel's voice was steady, a grounding force amidst the rising tension. "This is a test," she said softly. "The relic's light must prove stronger than the shadow." Roran gripped the relic, its warmth spreading through his hands. He closed his eyes, focusing on the harmony it represented. The light grew brighter, pushing back the encroaching darkness. The guardian faltered, its form wavering as the relic's radiance filled the vault. Drawing on the strength of Elenriel's calm presence, Roran spoke with quiet determination. "This light is not for power or dominion. It is a beacon of unity, a reminder of balance. Shadow has no claim here." The relic flared, its brilliance banishing the shadow completely. The guardian dissolved into the air, leaving behind a sense of peace that settled over the chamber like a gentle breeze. The relic revealed its purpose in that moment. The shards merged into a single crystalline orb, pulsing with golden and silver light. The runes on the walls shifted, their meaning clear. Balance and harmony were the foundation of Middle-earth's enduring beauty. The relic was not a weapon, but a guide, a symbol of unity, and a reminder of the strength found in cooperation. The journey back to the Shire was marked by quiet reflection. The Misty Mountains, though rugged and unforgiving, seemed less imposing under the relic's gentle glow. Travelers they encountered along the way paused to marvel at its light, their curiosity mingled with a sense of hope. When Roran finally returned to the Shire, it felt like a home transformed. The rolling hills and cozy hobbit holes seemed more vibrant, as if the relic's light had touched the heart of the land. Roran knew that the relic's journey was not over, but for now, it would rest in the safety of his home. Placing the relic in a hidden chamber beneath his hobbit hole, Roran felt a deep sense of accomplishment. The light would inspire those who sought it, a quiet reminder of the beauty that could be found in unity and understanding. As the sun set over the Shire, Roran sat on the hill outside his home, the faint glow of the relic visible through his window. Elenriel joined him, her gaze thoughtful as she looked out over the horizon. "You have done well, Roran," she said gently. "The relic's light shines not because of its power, but because of the heart that carries it." Roran smiled, his journey etched into his expression. The challenges he had faced had taught him that true courage came not from the absence of fear, but from the strength to move forward in spite of it. The relic's light would endure, a beacon of hope for generations to come. As the stars appeared in the night sky, Roran felt a profound sense of peace. The relic's journey had brought him new friends, tested his resolve, and revealed the enduring beauty of Middle-earth. Though the road ahead remained uncertain, he knew one thing for certain: the light would always guide the way. As the soft glow of dawn painted the Shire in hues of gold and pink, Roran found himself once more seated on the familiar hill outside his hobbit hole. The relic, now resting securely in its hidden chamber, emanated a faint, comforting light that seemed to seep through the very earth beneath his feet. The events of his journey echoed in his mind, like ripples on a still pond, each memory carrying with it a sense of awe, wonder, and gratitude. Roran leaned back, the warm grass cradling him as he gazed at the horizon. The familiar sound of hobbits beginning their morning routines filled the air, doors creaking open, kettles whistling, and the cheerful chatter of neighbors greeting one another. Yet, amidst this comforting normalcy, Roran's heart carried the weight of the extraordinary.